Have you guys seen this show Physical 100 on Netflix yet? It's absolutely insane. The way I like to describe it is it's kind of like a real life Squid Game. Of course, no one dies, I think, but with the 100 most physically fit people in all of South Korea. So 100 contestants in top physical shape compete in a series of grueling challenges to claim honor and a cash reward as the last one standing. So this is season 2. Season 1 was really great. I really enjoyed it. A lot of great displays of physical attributes. And one of the things I love about the show is that it puts together a lot of people of a lot of different backgrounds. Like you have powerlifters, you have bodybuilders, you have FBI agents, you have world-class wrestlers, Olympians, all sorts of different people from a lot of different types of physicality. Athletes, non-athletes, everyone though is in good shape. That's what they have in common, and they're all competing in this series of physical challenges to become the last person standing. And honestly, a lot of it's a huge spectacle. Like the very first event in this season was all 100 competitors running on a treadmill for as fast as they could for 10 minutes, then 7 minutes, then 5 minutes until you got down to the number 1 person. And that's kind of how they ranked them in order for the first actual challenge. That was like the pre-challenge thing. So what this show claims is that it's looking for the best physique. And I think what they really mean is we're looking for the most athletic person, because the best physique is subjective. We could talk about, is it the best physique for wrestling? Is it the best physique for bodybuilding? Those are completely different standards. Well, since I'm a bodybuilding nerd, I actually wanted to go through who actually has the best physique in the show for bodybuilding, and I have it narrowed down to my top 5. Now, there are some honorable mentions for sure. Pretty much everybody could be an honorable mention. There's not many people on the show that are not in good shape. But these 5 stood out way more than any other in my opinion, and they got a lot more airtime than a lot of people. I think there were some great physiques that really just didn't get shown a lot, but these right here definitely did. So without further ado, let's jump into number 5. And side note, I apologize if I mispronounce any of these names. It's very likely that I will. I apologize for that, but I'm gonna do my best. So first up, coming in at number 5 is Hong Bong-suk. This guy was actually in season 1 of Physical 100 and he got out early. It says he's a jack of all trades. He's a former special forces soldier of the Republic of South Korea, and he was also a firefighter. So you know this guy's gotta be in good shape. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he won the treadmill competition, which is not really giving anything away because I think that was in episode 1, and it really didn't even count towards the competition at all. But as you can see, this guy is absolutely ripped. He is shredded, and this is just number 5. So this guy is in great shape, in really good cardio shape. That's what kind of made him stand out from a lot of the rest of the people. He's got really good cardio on top of being very muscular. You can see he's not super overly muscular, at least from a bodybuilding perspective. Like he's not like an open bodybuilder where they can like barely fit through the kitchen door, but he's very lean and ripped. Like in pictures like this where he's not really flexing, he's just in really great shape. He's got a really good physique. By the way, I'm recording this video before this season's over, so I actually have no clue who wins. This guy would be one of my top picks at this point in the series. I think I'm on like episode 5 or 6 right now, so waiting for the new one to come out next week. But yeah, this guy is definitely a top contender and number 5 on my list of best physiques. So coming in at number 4 is Emmanuel. Pretty sure I'm saying this one right. This guy is actually an IFBB pro, which means he's actually a bodybuilder and he's a pro bodybuilder. So you can see he's actually got a really great physique, and this looks like it's probably off season right here. He's got a lot of water weight, a little bit of additional fat than what he would have on stage. But you can just see the shape of his physique. He's super wide with a small and slim and narrow waist. This guy is in great shape. Here he is in competition right here. You can see he's a lot more lean. He's got chiseled abs. He looks really great. So he's a men's physique competitor. So you have men's physique competitors, you have classic physique division, and you have open bodybuilding. Those are the 3 primary ones. So you have men's physique, which are the guys that wear board shorts. So legs aren't really as much of a dominant feature in this style. And then you have classic physique. These are the guys that try to model kind of that slim, narrow waist of the 70s and early 80s bodybuilders. So they have a very classic and aesthetic looking feel to their physique. And then finally, you have open bodybuilders. These guys are the mass monsters. They are absolutely huge. They're the biggest of the biggest people on the stage. There's a couple of other ones depending on what federation you're in, but with the NPC, which is the most popular one, those are the 3 biggest ones. So yes, Emmanuel comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Kim Nam-wook. This guy is also a bodybuilder, except instead of being in the men's physique division, he's in the classic physique division, which means instead of wearing board shorts, he actually wears posing trunks to show off his legs. This guy is in phenomenal shape. Here's a video from him, I think probably out of season, but you can just see the overall shape to his physique. He's got really big arms, a really slim and narrow waist. He's got that kind of classic feel to his physique. And overall, I think his physique is phenomenal. Like he's not too big, not too small. got really big arms, really big shoulders, really big chest, and a small waist. He's got a great physique, and that's why I placed him at number 3. All right, we're coming down to it. Coming in at number 2, we have John Daijin. This guy, when I first saw him, I was just blown away by his physique, and also he is a fitness model. It says on the show, I think, sports model. I never really heard of that term before, but basically this is like a fitness model physique, so it's a little bit different than bodybuilding. So he's not necessarily huge in terms of muscle mass, but as you can see, he still has quite a bit of muscle mass, and he's very lean and ripped. And to me, he's got the best overall shape to his physique. Look at the wide shoulders right there. Look at the abs that just really pop. This guy has a phenomenal physique. And every time it shows him on screen, your eyes are just drawn to him. You're like, wow, that guy is the guy. That guy has the physique of all physiques, in my opinion. If I were gonna have a physique like anyone on the show, this is probably one of the ones I would wanna have. I mean, those shoulders right there, I mean, they just pop. Man, to me, he's not too big either, not too small. He's just about right. Those shoulders are kind of insane, actually. But there's still one more physique that I think that is even better than his. And that brings us to our number 1 physique on all of Physical 100 Season 2. And that is Kim Min-soo, also known as Thanos. This guy is also an IFBB pro. He is absolutely huge. He is totally ripped. And if you didn't know any better, you would think he was an open bodybuilder because he is just massive, dude. Look at this guy. And it's very clear on the show, he stands out among the biggest people. I know there's another bodybuilder on there, and I think he might be an open bodybuilder, but it just doesn't show his physique quite as much as it does this guy. This guy is kind of the spectacle of this season. And you can just see he's got a phenomenal physique, and these pictures just really don't do it justice. You really just need to see him standing next to like normal looking dudes, because he's actually pretty tall too. I think he's over 6 foot, which is like pretty big for a bodybuilder. And his proportions are just crazy. Like, look how small his waist is compared to his shoulders and arms. Like, his arms are kind of comparable to the size of his waist. It's insane. This guy definitely takes the cake for number 1 best physique in terms of like a bodybuilding style of physique. Of course, the show is looking for what's the best physique in terms of physical usage or physical fitness and athleticism and stuff. But in terms of the looks and in terms of bodybuilding and things like that, this guy, in my opinion, out of all the physiques that have been shown, definitely has the best. It's hard to beat these proportions and stuff. I actually knew about this guy and followed him before the show even aired. Like, this guy is really popular. He's a really well-known bodybuilder. All right, so those are my top 5 physiques of Physical 100 Season 2. In case you were wondering, one of my favorite physiques from Season 1 was actually the guy they called Iron Man. He had an incredible physique that I think anyone would love to look like. Let me know in the comments, do you agree with this list? Is there any different order that you would place them in? And are you actually watching the show? Because if you're into physical fitness at all and you're not watching this, what are you doing? Come on, watch it. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. It's inspiring. It's encouraging, and it's a spectacle. It's like crazy to see. It's crazy to watch this stuff. Anyway, that's all for me today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.